Hi, everyone. Welcome to Free Write Friday. My name is Jessica Lynn Johnson, for those of you who don't know me, and I am the founder and CEO of Soaring Solo Studios. So welcome again to Free Write Friday. And Soaring Solo Studios, if you're just getting familiar with it, is a company that's dedicated to the direction and development of one-person plays. And I work with clients all over the world, Mexico, Canada, Florida, New York, California, just everywhere. And it's my pleasure to do so and help people tell their stories from stage, virtually and in person. A little bit more about me. I started as a solo artist over 20 years ago. I have 2 award-winning solo shows and I'm writing my 3rd right now. I am on the submission screening panel as well as the advisory board for the Los Angeles Women's Theater Festival. I am a blogger for NoHo Arts. I write their Soaring Solo blog every month with tips and techniques for solo artists. You can find me at the NoHo Arts website. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. I've worked on well over 100 solo shows at this point with artists and hundreds of solo artists over the years. So this is certainly my jam and what I love to do. And I'd love to know more about you. So please say hi in the chat. Let me know where you are tuning in from. And if you're watching this back later on YouTube, please say hi in the comments and where you're at in your journey, in your solo theater journey. And that way we can get to know one another. And the mission of Free Write Friday is just to create a supportive learning space for us to come together in community and learn more about the structure for solo theater and make some serious progress on your solo show in only 20 to 30 minutes. And this isn't, we don't really do question and answer or share work in this particular offering. We do that in my free class that I teach Saturdays, about once a month now. I teach my free class, or in my private coaching. I also do see work and give feedback and answer questions and things like that. But if you do have any questions that come up for you today, just email me at soringsoloartist@gmail.com and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. So the next Free Write Friday, if you want to go ahead and mark your calendars now, is happening on Friday, October 29th at noon Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, and 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you like today and you want to come back, join us then. And again, you can always watch the replay on YouTube. A little bit of housekeeping. If you're going to be doing anything distracting, go ahead and turn your camera off. Otherwise, have something nearby you to write with or write on. Or if you prefer to record into a recording device and ad lib a little bit and that loosens you up to write, you can do that as well and just transcribe it later. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get started with our talking point for today. And if you missed previous Free Write Fridays, you can catch up on them later. So don't feel like you're missing out since you're joining us kind of in the middle of something. But we have been looking at Joseph Campbell's story structure, the hero's journey, and applying that to solo shows. So this week we are looking at meeting the mentor phase of the hero's journey. Now, the hero of your solo show, I've said this before, it can be you, but you might not be writing autobiographical. You might be writing something a little more fictitious, taking some fictitious liberties. Maybe you have an alter ego you're playing, or you're writing about a historic figure or celebrity or something of that nature, or just creating a fantasy character altogether. So whoever the hero is, that's who we're imagining as I go through these talking points. So meeting the mentor is exactly what it sounds like. It is that point where our hero encounters their mentor, the person that is going to help guide them into uncharted territory, maybe help train them, give them pearls of wisdom, give them a support system, all of the above. But it's that mentor in their life who's going to help guide them. So some examples of this, I'll use my second solo show, Z. I would say the primary mentor would be the character I played, Dr. Esther Myers, who was guiding Tessa, the protagonist, through a sexual exploration and a spiritual exploration, because Dr. Esther Myers was a senior citizen who was a sexologist and a sociologist. And so she had a lot of pearls of wisdom to teach Tessa, who was a 30-year-old virgin and fundamentalist Christian. So they were very different women, and Tessa had a lot to learn from Dr. Esther Myers. So that's an example from my own work. And then for those of you who've seen Fertile by Heather Dowling, one of the instructors at Soaring Solo, Gloria, I would say, would be the primary mentor that our protagonist Jenny was learning from in the show, because Gloria was older and wiser. She was a mother, a very good mother, and Jenny wanted to be a mom. So she was learning a lot about that from Gloria and their talks together that were laced throughout the whole show. And then a mentor that's maybe a little outside of the box, with those of you who've seen After the Fall by Johnny Ray, who's in our community. His dad, who has passed on, was entitled Angel Dad in the show, and his angel dad was by his side throughout the journey of the show, through this dark period in Johnny Ray's life after a freak accident occurred. And so his dad was kind of a fantastical, in some ways fictitious character, because it was inspired by his dad, but we also took some fictitious liberties and imagine what dad would say in the afterlife as an angel to Johnny to guide him through this time. So that's another example of a mentor. So I want you to just kind of take those things into account and imagine for yourself who would be the mentor in your hero's journey. So again, if it's your life, who have been the mentors in your life? If you're writing about a historic figure, who might have been the mentor in their life? Same thing for a celebrity, same thing for a fantasy character. Who's that mentor that really taught them or supported them or led them through something, helped them strengthen some skills or hone in on something and enter some new territory? So start to think about that. I'm going to give you 8 minutes, and I want you to just write freely about a mentor in your hero's life. And you can, if you're very sure who this mentor is, maybe you can write a monologue from the perspective of the mentor. So step into that character and have them talk about their point of view on the hero and what they taught the hero. Or maybe you just want to write from first person and talk about this mentor from your point of view. Maybe it's a multiple character scene, the mentor and the hero having a conversation back and forth. And in solo theater, you would likely be playing both of those roles. So that's your challenge for today. I'm going to give you 8 minutes to write about that. And again, this is just exploration, and you don't have to share it with anyone. So let yourself be uncensored and free and explore and see what you discover. I'll let you know when your 8 minutes are up. And a little over a minute left. Okay, and please go ahead and wrap up your writing. Um, so yeah, the takeaway, I think, or one of the takeaways from today is, in our solo shows, we really want the hero of the journey to transform and change from who we meet them to be in the beginning of the show and who they become at the end. These can be baby step changes, or these can be huge epic transformations, but we do want there to be a distinct difference between how the character starts and how they end up by the end of the show. So in order for that to happen, it's really important that we acknowledge the mentors along the way. And I should mention also that sometimes the mentor can be an internal mentor. It can be, I've heard it can be like an object, sometimes like a map or clues along the way or something like that. So it doesn't always have to be necessarily a human being. But I think we'll find when we do look at our lives or look at the lives of the heroes we're writing about, that there often are people who have really shaped who we've become and who have taught us and transformed us and supported us and helped to guide us from who we used to be into who we are today. So give that some serious thought as you're writing your solo show. Who are those people that have served as mentors in the arc and the character, in the arc of the character and their transformation? Okay, and if you look in the chat, you'll see I put several Soaring Solo announcements. As always, we have a lot going on. My free class, The Art of Creating the One-Person Play, is happening tomorrow, Saturday, October 16th, 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. So feel free to sign up for that at soaringSoloStudios.com under free stuff. And then you'll get a link or you'll get an email with your Zoom link and all of that. What else? If you wanted to work with me in a more professional capacity, I do one-on-one coaching, as does Heather Dowling, who is a soaring solo instructor and an award-winning solo artist herself. I also do power pair coaching. Those are 75-minute sessions. It's you, another solo artist, and myself or Heather guiding those. And so you get to dive a little deeper, do a longer excerpt or something like that, and get feedback from not only me, but your partner. So you have some other solo theater eyes on your piece, which can be great. And then we also have small group sessions, which are up to 6 solo artists in one session, where you basically are in a solo theater writer's room, and I lead those. So you get to do shorter excerpts, get feedback from multiple different people as well as me, and start to get that audience response and those outside eyes and ears on your work, which is extremely beneficial. And then we also have intensives, creating captivating characters intensives, as well as the structuring your solo show intensive. So the creating captivating characters focuses more on technique and character driven exercises, whereas structuring your solo show is obviously more about the structure, the format, the writing process. What does that playwriting structure look like, and how can you apply that to your personal solo show to make sure you're on track? So if you're interested in any or all of that, please email me at soaringsoloartist@gmail.com, or you can fill out a contact form on my website, soaringSoloStudios.com. for more information. Also, if you're looking to put a meaningful stake in the ground for yourself, I'm kicking off the Revealed series, which is a virtual reading series on Zoom with works in progress of brand new solo shows. I'm doing that. We started in September with Kevin Neighbors and Versatile 2, and we are now continuing on all the way through April of 2022 with brand new solo shows that are works in progress being read aloud on Zoom by the solo artists that created them. And we would love your feedback on those. So tune in for those. And also if you want to participate in it, if you would like to read your script aloud and get some feedback, again, just email me and I'll tell you all about it. And we'll see if that would be a good fit for you, a good stake to put in the ground so that you have some fire under you to get the show written and something to work towards that is meaningful to you. Also, I know that FREEWrite Friday is more of a heady space because, again, we're looking at structure and formatting and those sorts of things. Well, my Isolate, Meditate, Create, which you can find on my YouTube channel, which was the series I did throughout the pandemic. There's 120 plus webisodes of meditation and visualization that I guide you through to help you write your solo shows from the things I talk about in those meditations. And so that'll get you more into a heart space and out of your head, out of inner critic, out of mental chatter, and really write from subconscious mind and creative intuition. So if you're feeling stuck, I would definitely recommend listening to some Isolate, Meditate, Create sessions, all totally free. And like I said, there's over 120 of them. So surely you'll get something out of at least one of them, if not several. And then again, the next FREEWrite Friday is happening October 29th at noon Pacific, 2 Central, and 3 p.m. Eastern. So just RSVP the exact same way you did today. And then tonight, let's see, Carla Delaney is performing Worth It. Veronica Carey Matthews is performing Trendsetter. And then all throughout the weekend, we have shows happening, and all the way through October into November, we have solo shows happening in the NAMBA Women's Voices Festival, in the Binge Fringe Festival. Diana Varco, who's a valuable member of the Soaring Solo community, is touring all over creation right now with her award-winning show Shattered. So there's a ton of opportunities to watch solo theater, and you can watch from the comfort of your home because most things are streaming as well. So go to my website, soaringSoloStudios.com, under events and upcoming solo shows, and see what's happening, because the more solo theater you see, the more you're going to learn, the more you're going to see what resonates and what does not resonate with you and what's possible. A lot of times we get inspired by seeing the work of other people and how we'd like that to influence our own work. And if you missed any FREEWrite Friday sessions, please make sure you go to my YouTube channel and catch up on them and just see what all you missed, because it will continue to help you formulate your solo show. Okay, that's everything. Please enjoy the rest of your Friday, and we will talk soon. Bye, everyone.